Hi, I'm Alan Uren, founder of End First Plans. OVERGantt is an advanced project management system that brings two significant innovations to project planning. Instead of Gantt or bar charts, it uses an advanced network or workflow diagram. Instead of planning head first from start to end, we use end first planning, working from the end to the start. This demonstration is based on a case study that's been used around the world by over 50,000 people. It centers around a growing organization that's adding new facilities, hiring and training additional staff, and measuring performance. We start with an overview or summary of the project charter, including opportunity, performance criteria, scope and deliverables, assumptions and constraints, the project team, and of course sign off between project manager and sponsor. There are 4 deliverables: new facilities, new staff, performance management system. The 4th is an enterprise management system for the entire organization. It's listed as an exclusion. It belongs to another project, is outside of our budget and outside of our control, but it ties into this project. There are 2 resources, the general manager and the administration manager. OVERGantt has 2 major advantages. A Gantt chart requires each task to occupy a separate row. OVERGantt does not. End First Planning is optimized to discover both sequential work and parallel work. This creates a much more efficient plan. Introducing Oli, our digital assistant that verifies task dependencies. Task 7 is the active task indicated by the circular cursor. Here's what happens when we want to advance the cursor to the left.
If Task 9, train top-level personnel off-site, has finished. Task 10, train mid-level personnel off-site, has finished. Task 11, train entry-level personnel off-site, has finished. Can Task 7, conduct on-job training for all employees in new facilities, start?
As it turns out, an important task needs to be added. The Add button brings up the Task Properties menu. Here we'll add a task called Move in Furniture and Equipment. The duration is 1 week and the deliverable New Facilities is selected. Once completed and saved, the new task is linked and scheduled to Task 7. It is then dragged into position. Once the plan is created, the next step is to identify and correct any resource conflicts. A common approach is to add more resources. Let's see if we can adjust the schedule instead. Slide the affected tasks back and forth to clear the conflict. Use undo or redo to compare possible solutions. End First Planning places all tasks as late as possible when creating the initial schedule. This creates the shortest possible plan within the logical constraints. It deliberately leaves all the usable float upstream, which is often needed to resolve resource conflicts. The final step is to optimize the plan by shifting tasks from as late as possible to as soon as possible. While protecting the resource solutions, any available float is transferred downstream in the plan. Once the plan is optimized, tap on the End Date selector in the top right-hand corner, open up the Plan Version menu and set the end date of the project calendar. This activates the date line. This is our internal clock that updates every hour. To turn it off temporarily, click on the View menu and turn the guidelines off. The critical path is defined as the path or paths with the least amount of float. Return to the View menu and turn it on. Notice the red line or lines running from the start milestone to the end milestone. Keeping track of the status and progress of each task is a constant challenge. Gantt charts do this by comparing a plan bar with an overlapping actual bar. OVERGantt incorporates this feature inside of each task. Double tap on the bottom 1/3 of the task to bring up the status submenu. Here you'll find the popular traffic light status indicators, along with a progress bar divided into quarterly increments. Click the close arrow and you'll find the status progress bar along the bottom of the task. One of the challenges with large project plans is how to display them graphically in a digital environment, especially when moving between a summary view and a detailed view. Gantt charts deliver this with a series of summary bars that do not necessarily represent all the data. The Mac OS and iOS operating systems deliver a graphics capability that overcomes this limitation. Pinching forefinger and thumb together to zoom out, watch how the entire diagram transforms into a summary view. The colors assigned to each deliverable now appear as the all too small written data disappears. The diagram is identical in content to the detail view. In addition, tap on any item, task, milestone, or dependency link, and a description appears in the information banner at the bottom of the screen. Double tap on any task and the entire properties menu appears. Most importantly, the clarity of the network diagram is maintained in both detail and in summary view. All the tasks are represented. All the links are represented. All of the available float is represented. And all the intermediate cross-links between deliverables are represented. A few words before I let you go. OVERGantt was designed and developed throughout the restrictions of COVID-19. The result is an unparalleled virtual planning experience for project teams spread out up to 12 time zones apart. The complete and identical OVERGantt software is available on Mac computers, iPads, and iPhones. Visit us at overgantt.com, and we're available on the Apple App Store. Thank you.